welcome back. We are going to continue with our question 5. If you have missed question 5a, you can just go back to see what we have done to this question. Now we're going to look at things like columns and justification. So let's start. It tells you to retrieve the document saved as question 5a from your data disk. That means you must not go and retype it. It means that you have to go say File, Open, and go to your file allocation and open it from there. Now I have already opened it. So here is my question 5a. Then it tells us edit the header by changing the question number to question 5b. We go to our header. Now if you like the method of saying insert, header, please do not choose one of the first options. This will remove your header and you'll have to type it in again. Just say edit. You want to change it. Question 5a, backspace, and put in a B in capital letters. You can double click to close it. You can also double click to open your header and close here if you don't like double clicking. Then our next instruction tells us change the left margin to 1. Left hand margin, left margin, let's change it. We go to our layout. You can choose margins, custom margins, or you can go directly to the page setup dialog box. Click on it. You will see that your margins is 1.5 left at this moment. Let's just change it to 1 and say OK. Now you will see this gap will be smaller. Our next instruction tells us justify the entire document unless instructed differently. Now what this means is that your whole document must be justified, but do you see here is a instruction telling you that this must be centered. So then you will center this information, this heading. So let's go justify. Now because they want you to justify the whole document, you can press Ctrl A to highlight all, or you can just click and highlight. Then we have our alignments. Here's align left, center, right, and then full or justify. The difference is if you justify, your left hand margin and your right hand margin will be equal. Do you see now? Right is equal, left is equal. Then it tells us that you have to edit the document according to the proofreading signs as indicated in the text. Now let's go see. Over here we've got this little proofreading sign. Now if you come across this sign, it means you have to insert something. If you go look at your original document, you will see that it starts with staying connected. Staying connected. And if we go look at our instruction for question 5b, you see staying connected, but now it's got this heading, staying connected. And it tells you it must be ink free. Now ink free is a font, and 16 pt tells you the size. So the font and the size tells you bold and center. So let's first go type in our heading. Now firstly, you cannot click on top of it. It's already on top. So you have the option of either keying in connected, either keying it in first and then enter 2 times, or I'm going to undo it, or you can first enter 2 times and then go type in the heading staying connected. You can choose whichever way. Now let's go do the changes. We want staying connected to be in the font ink free. 16 pt. So let's go check it out. So let's go and change our heading to ink free, the font that they instructed us. See, ink free 16 pt. So I highlight my heading and I don't see it over here, so I just go type it in, ink free. Do you see there at the bottom it was highlighted? If it's highlighted, you can just press enter and it will use that font, or you can just go down and select it. Now I'm going to choose size 16. It said bold. You can use the shortcut Control B, and you can use center, and center shortcut Control E. And there's your heading. Then next instruction tells us change to 2 equal columns. Now do you see at the moment we've got 2 paragraphs. They want this first one to be column 1 and the second one they want to be column 2. Now let's go do that. Firstly, you highlight what you want to put into 2 columns. So I'm going to highlight it. Now there is a different method of doing this as well, but I'm going to show you this method first. You highlight your 2 paragraphs, the 2 that you want to put into 2 columns. Then you go to layout, go to columns, and then you just select 2. Now if you want more columns or more options like your column width and spacing and line between, then you can just come here. You can say 2 from here, but you can also just say columns 2 over here. And you see it put it into beautiful columns. Perfect. And then you will see normally there will be extra enter signs. Just delete your extra enter sign. So all we did, we highlighted. Let me undo this. We highlighted what we want to be into 2 columns. And then we went to layout, columns, and we selected 2. And from here we will just delete extra enter signs. Then our next instruction tells us that we have to do something with this paragraph. Do you see S/S? This means single line spacing. All we're going to do, we're going to highlight this paragraph and we're going to select single line spacing. So remember our line spacing, you can either go here and select 1 is single, or you can just go to your paragraph dialog box and you can change double to single and click on OK. Now it is single line spacing, the gaps between. Okay, let's save this. File save as, and I'm going to save this as question 5B. Now I want to show you something different. I'm going to close this activity. I'm having some difficulty with my saving. Okay, let's just see if I can just open this one again. Okay, it's giving some difficulty today. I don't know why with my saving. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo what I have done, the columns, because I want to show you something different. Then let's go to our activity. I've included something extra. Now the second activity is exactly the same, but here the columns, the instruction is different. The first instruction told you that this column must be column 1, this column must be column 2. Now do you see here it is different? They want fortunately to be column 1 and staying to be column 2. Now what do you do in this case? Now when we do columns, the text that's on top will be left. The text that's on the bottom will be on the right-hand column. Let me quickly show you again. If I highlight and I say columns, You see the staying? It's left. It's the first paragraph. So if I say columns and I say 2, do you see now staying is left? Let's undo. If they want fortunately to be in column 1 and staying to be in column 2, it means that fortunately must be on top. So what we will do, we will highlight fortunately, and you can just go right click, or you can use your shortcut keys, or you can go to cut in the home tab. I click now where I want my work to be pasted, and I say paste. Okay, so do you see now fortunately is on top and staying is second. If I highlight my text now and I say layout columns 2, do you see now fortunately is left and staying is right. So people, what is important is read your instructions. If they want the first paragraph to be in the second column, it means you have to swap the two places. So then it means you have to cut and paste. But if it looks like this question, then you can just leave it as it is. Remember, the one that is first will be the one that is left. I hope this will help you in your work ahead. Have a lovely day. Bye.